Okay, let's dive a little bit more into what we're doing when we're writing a function. So remember that a function is a relationship between x and y, where each input can only have one output. But when we're writing functions, I want you to think about these three questions. I want you to think about how much did we start with? There's always something that we're starting with. So that's our very first thought we're going to have. The next thing we're going to ask ourselves is my function increasing or is it decreasing? And then lastly, we need to know how much is it actually changing by. So we know something is changing at a constant rate when we see words like per, every, each, or constant rate. So this is a super helpful little cheat sheet for you. So I want you to write this in your notes right now. So our equation today is going to be our total amount. So your y equals whatever we're starting with plus or minus whatever we're changing by, which is usually our x, because that tells me that I'm changing. Okay, that's my input value. So let's look at a problem together. It says a wireless service provider charges a 35-cent daily fee plus 10 cents per minute. Which equation can be used to determine the daily cost y for x amount of minutes? So we're going to start by using our cube strategy. So the very first thing that tells me to do is to circle numbers. So I notice that we have a 35-cent daily fee plus this 10 cents per minute. Those are my two important numbers. The next thing I'm going to do is underline my variables. So again, this problem was nice and it gave it to us at the end. So it says the daily cost, which is my y, for x amount of minutes. Now, I know in the problem somewhere it also said the word minutes. It says it right here, per minute. So we know that this correlates to our x. The very last thing it says is to box key information. Well, I noticed that they charged a daily fee. Okay, so I know every day I'm going to start with a fee. Every day start with a fee. So this is actually giving me that idea that that's a starting point. And then I see plus 10 cents per. Per I know means each or every. So this is my x word, the thing we're changing by, minute. So let's use our equation. We know that we're going to start by saying y equals our total amount per day. How much did we start with each day? Each day we started with that 35-cent fee. Words are hard. So we're going to write 0.35. Now I know the more I talk on the phone, my bill is going to go up. It's going to increase. So we're going to say plus 10 cents per minute. So we're going to say 0.10. But I have to tell it that's what it's changing by. And so I wrote this x twice. So I know that the x goes right next to the 0.10. You also can write this, just so you know, you could also say y equals, and I can flip those numbers and it can mean the same thing. So I'd say 0.10x plus 0.35. All right, I want you to try a few of these on your own. So you're going to read the problem, use cubes, and then use our handy dandy little cheat sheet of our y equals your start plus or minus your change in x. You've got this.